opposite story. I couldn't make it today.
Despite having made a reservation at the restaurant, Rachel didn't show up even after the appointed time. Every time I called her, this was her response.
How many times have you canceled down? Please stop it. Stop it. As I trembled with anger, Rachel laughed over the phone as if to make a fool of me.
I had experienced similar situations before but had chosen to turn a blind eye, considering her as my relative. However, now that I realized everything was orchestrated, I couldn't forgive her. Rachel is still unaware of the crisis she's already in.
My name is Alice, and I'm 33 years old.
I got married 6 years ago, and currently, my husband Cyrus and I run a sushi restaurant. Both of us were once ordinary office workers, but we struggled to have a child. After about 1.5 years of infertility treatments, without success, my mental state deteriorated. I lost all motivation for work and nearly gave up on everything. It was at that time, by chance, that I came across a TV program highlighting the younger generation who were challenging themselves to pursue their dreams. They started their own companies or opened their favorite shops, traveled crossing America in camping cars, and so on. The variety was vast. Despite the difficulties they faced, they shone brightly. Amazing. They're also young, yet they have such drive and determination. Is this how I'm supposed to continue? To give up on everything and live a mundane life? That's definitely not fulfilling. So I made up my mind to fulfill my childhood dream of opening a sushi restaurant. Others may think it's an outrageous idea, but I was serious. When things come to this point, it's best to act swiftly.
When my husband came home from work, I broached the subject with him.
Alice, I'm sorry for bothering you when you're tired from work. I have something to discuss. What's wrong? Is it about the infertility treatments?
Babe, no, it's not that. I've been thinking about running a sushi restaurant myself.
A sushi? Wait, all of a sudden?
As my husband stared at me intently, I expressed my feelings once again.
And the infertility treatments have been tough on me, and I have lost all motivation for work. For Wick, as finally I found something I want to challenge myself with. Why don't I have it say much buttery? But that's why I asked his crashes pressure out of the... And see, we're serious about this, Alice Furish.
Yes. I wanted to fulfill my dream and see it through.
It'll be my first time doing something like this, and I know it'll be challenging, but I want you to understand, Cyrus.
Alice, if you want to do it, I think you should give it a try. I'll help you with whatever I can.
Are you really going for it? It's a sudden decision.
Of course I'm okay with it. It's our one and only life, so I believe we should try everything before we regret not doing it. Don't worry. You're not alone, Alice. I'll be by your side.
He had given me the push I needed, and I decided to take serious steps towards opening the restaurant. Since it involved food, obtaining the food hygiene certification was essential. I attended the training sessions, obtained the qualification, and steadily progressed from finding a location to the interior design with the help of my husband. Well, 2 years after making my resolution, I finally achieved my long-awaited dream of opening a sushi restaurant. At first, the number of customers was sluggish, but it gradually increased with each passing day. What's particularly gratifying was that my husband's sister, Rachel, came to the restaurant.
In contrast to my reserved husband, she had a more assertive personality. She had a wide circle of friends and often brought them to my restaurant. You're in, sir. However, there was a problem. Rachel never paid for her meals.
After dining with her friends, she would secretly approach me before leaving.
Here's goodbye houters. Isn't it today's sushi free too, right?
Again, Obstrom, and Asitasi, he said the same thing last time, that it would be the last.
Like, I can't pay, I'm just a lonely part-timer. I don't have any money, even if you say that.
Well, you're running a business here, so... With hesitation, I responded, and her face visibly turned sour.
Hey, Alice, you should be rather sure. I'm Mr-in-law, right?
Oh, yes, that's true, but I'm sure practices ISIS, though.
Listen, can't you be a little flexible? I can be a little less flexible. I mean, thanks to me, your customer base has grown, right?
I understand. Licks make you sand. That's why I love you, Alice. I'm glad we could settle this so quickly.
Oh, and I think I've said this before, but just please don't tell Cyrus, okay? Rachel keeps demanding free meals every time she comes, and she forbids me from telling my husband.
Thinking about it now, I should have consulted my husband right away. Yeah, I should have consulted my husband right away. Rachel's technically my in-law after all. I've had an aversion to her since the beginning of our marriage, and I never had the option to defy her. It's a complicated feeling, but the fact remains that her presence has contributed to the increase in customers. Burst. Around 6 months after the grand opening, even weekdays were almost fully booked. However, as the sales grew, problems began to arise. As this space isn't that large, I've been running the restaurant alone since the opening. Now that it's consistently full, I simply can't keep up by myself. There have been delays in serving customers, and I only received small complaints. I gradually lost confidence and experienced sleepless nights.
Then, my husband, seeing my low spirits, made a surprising proposal. Hey, Alice, what if I joined you in running the restaurant?
Oh, you mean you'll help out at the restaurant? I don't know how much I can compete, but at least I will require a salary, right?
That might be true, but I was so surprised by his unexpected proposal. He happily spoke up. Don't worry or feel guilty about it. Okay, from my perspective, just being able to spend time with you at work makes me happy. But Cyrus, you have your own job. I know this may not sound good, but I didn't join my current company because it was my dream job. If we can work happily together as a couple, there's nothing better, right?
I'm really okay with this.
Of course. In fact, I'm looking forward to it. Please count on me.
I get Cyrus is really sale. It means a lot to me. So I decided to run the restaurant once again, this time with my husband by my side. It wasn't smooth sailing at first, but as time passed, we became more efficient in managing the restaurant. Now, a year later, my husband and I work hand in hand.
Now, after a year, my husband and I work hand in hand, welcoming numerous customers every day. Recently, we've had many reservations, which has further increased our sense of fulfillment. One day, amidst the busy days, I accidentally double-booked reservations. I managed to ask one group of customers to wait and eventually seated them after about 10 minutes, but I was overwhelmed by the sudden increase in reservation requests due to the growth in sales. It seems my husband, who knew nothing about it, consulted with Rachel. Later, Rachel came to the restaurant and made the suggestion to my husband.
Mr. Cars, I've been thinking, I think we should introduce a reservation system. What's a reservation system? Like allowing online reservations.
Exactly. If we do that, everything will be automated, and we won't have to manually take reservations anymore. We won't have to worry about double bookings either.
Restaurateurs, Expergen, Fruit, I see, I guess modestly. You're amazing, sis. That's a great help. Kind outburst. Now where is he? It's because my adorable little brother is in trouble.
My husband is still unaware of Rachel's true nature. That's why he ends up sharing all the details about the restaurant. Rachel's suggestion of a reservation system may indeed be convenient, but having witnessed Rachel's actions and words on a daily basis, I couldn't shake off my anxiety. And 2 months later, I thought implementing the reservation system would reduce the workload, but things took an unexpected turn. Ever since the reservation system was introduced, our sales dropped dramatically. It was all due to unauthorized cancellations. The convenience of online reservations is that anyone can easily make a reservation. However, because it's too convenient, it also allows for easy unauthorized cancellations. While the number of reservations increased, so did the number of last-minute cancellations. Since we had already reserved seats for the reservations, there were times when we had to turn away customers who came to the restaurant on the same day. Ultimately, if it resulted in a cancellation, the reserved seats became wasted, and our sales went down to zero. Just make your shows apostary, among the troublemakers, Rachel was the most problematic. She regularly used the reservation system she had come up with, but she would cancel her reservation every 3 times. And each time, the reserved seats became wasted, and our sales went down to zero. Each time, I would receive a message on my phone saying, "Sorry, I can't make it." "Oops, sorry." At first, I managed to suppress my feelings, but slowly, the frequency of cancellations increased. There were times when she canceled 3 times in a row. When I consulted my husband, he became furious and directly confronted Rachel. Actually, in front of my husband, Rachel would act meekly and say, "I'm sorry. I'll be more careful from now on." But as soon as it was just the 2 of us, she would start complaining like this.
Didn't I tell you to keep it secret from Cyrus?
Even I couldn't help but protest against her remark.
There's nothing we can do about it, right? We're already troubled by the high number of unauthorized cancellations, and Rachel's frequency is especially high. You're so annoying. Chris, it can be up her how to cancel it. Unlike you, I have various plans.
Don't get all worked up over a few cancellations.
But still, she shows no signs of remorse. On the contrary, she's growing angrier at me for reporting to my husband. First splish horse fay.
However, since the business is at stake as well, I can't back down. After discussing with my husband, I decided to add a certain setting to this reservation system. We don't know what effect it will have yet. However, I can't afford to have Rachel or any more unreasonable customers canceling their reservations. For now, I could only think of strategies. On this day, Rachel told me that she wanted to have a luxurious dinner with her mommy, friends, and made a reservation for a private course for 25 people. But even after the scheduled time had passed, not herself, let alone her mommy friends, showed up. Despite reserving the most expensive course, they had canceled last minute. I couldn't stand with it anymore, so I mustered up the courage to call Rachel.
She answered after a few rings, and I confronted her directly.
Rude.
Rachel, what on earth are you thinking?
Oh, sorry. I couldn't make it today. Blotchy sire. I totally forgot to let you know.
Knickercots. Today's reservation was exclusively for online bookings, and the ingredients needed were all difficult to procure. You do realize that, Rachel, right?
I know, but I was suddenly invited by a friend to go on a boat cruise.
If that's the case, at least notifying us once would be common sense, wouldn't it?
Rachel remains unfazed. Moreover, she starts complaining as if I am the one at fault.
Hey, why is it suddenly attacking me? I couldn't make it, so it can't be helped, right?
I find me what being blamed. God, only once it would be different. But how many times has this happened now? Oh, you apologized, you know, and you now spy your lies, like, there's that you're complaining about me. No, it's not like that. I just want you to stop using this place like this. Just as I was about to say that, she spoke in a mocking tone. As we're at it, let me be clear. You've been getting cocky and annoying. Vice versa. Getting my little brother involved in your mommy drama, don't you feel any guilt? Mommy drama! Guys find her, why are you saying such things? I genuinely committed this business. Oh, Isabella is new by side. Enough with that. It's not even that delicious, so you should stop being so arrogant. Or you... When?
Sorry, but instead of paying the course fee of $5,000, at that moment, the anger I had been desperately holding back exploded within me. Oh, I see. That's what you've been thinking, huh? It was foolish of me to endure it until now. I should have done this sooner. I'm busy, you know.
As Rachel tried to hang up, I stopped her. Sliced his upstairs and ass! I couldn't even begin to imagine what would happen to her from now on.
Ovi, how are you received the payment, though? And can't doused thee, or what are you talking about? There's no way, right? Oh, we've had.
I think, son. Even through the phone, I could imagine the expression on her face as Rachel let out a dumbfounded voice. Fairly panicked, she asked me again. What do you mean? Paid with my card. I can't be. Rachel, did you notice that our reservation system has been updated? Oh, Tian. What's that? I care. I didn't hear anything about it. I always find it troublesome, so I just tell my husband the necessary details, and he makes the reservation for me.
Ah, I see. So you can think more or less ancient? Our reservation system has switched to advanced payment. Yes, the solution we came up with after discussing with my husband was to implement the advanced payment system. Even though it makes reservations more convenient online, once it becomes an advanced payment with both reservations and cancellation notices become less easy to make. In fact, since we switched to this method, the number of reservations has decreased, but those who make reservations now actually come to the restaurant. I've interrupted a rare case in the restaurant industry, the advance payment. If we can reduce unauthorized cancellations even a little, that would be great. We started with that intention, but I never expected it to have an effect on Rachel. Rachel, who realized everything, shouted from front of the phone.
Wait a minute. It's impossible. There's no way I can pay $5,000 or $90. Please, was mission. Just pop the fruitkeeper. All of you.
Wait, become her lovely kinster. After causing me so much trouble, now you're saying that? She's truly jury's ash? Hey, I apologize. So please, cancel this $5,000. I'm in this situation. She prioritizes self-preservation over remorse. I was completely fed up with her, wondering if this was really my husband's sister. As to besettle my past resentment, I yelled at Rachel in a loud voice. As you messed up someone else's business, and now you're saying, I'm sorry, please forgive me. Don't make me laugh. C'est qu'ils aiment assez. How value does your apology even have? It's worth absolutely nothing. I ask that. No matter as you apologize to someone without common sense, we won't feel a thing. Hey, Alice, what's happening to you? Now calm down for a moment. For best of... I was so, and you know what you rastramash like you Mrs. Recognition? I'll corner you to the bitter end with the determination to cut your FNAs where you prefer says it expect. It's not just me who insulted Cyrus, who's genuinely working hard. Action all high and mighty as an older sister. It's disgusting. Well, time to show your face in front of us again. Without waiting for her response, I hung up the phone and blocked her calls. Rachel, unable to reach me anymore, apparently called my husband's smartphone. However, he had also decided to cut ties with Rachel, so he ignored her calls and messages as well.
Since the conversation had reached our in-laws, Rachel ended up being cut off by the entire family. When I informed Rachel's husband about the situation, it seems he had also reached his limit with her. He presented her with divorce papers and kicked her out of their home. Unable to sustain her life with short-term jobs like before, Rachel now juggles multiple part-time jobs to make ends meet. Furthermore, it was revealed that Rachel had been withdrawing money from her husband's account without permission. Now that all her misdeeds have come to light, it's only a matter of time before the divorce is finalized. On the other hand, I continue to run this restaurant with my husband. The advance payment system we implemented is still in place, providing peace of mind as reservations are no longer easily canceled. Although we still have much to learn, I want to continue this work with my husband. I wanted to create a restaurant that brings smiles to many people. That is my current goal,